Obviously, it's a great opportunity for us to play our first outdoor game at Chicago, especially at Soldier Field. It'll be a unique experience. Obviously, February in Chicago is going to be an interesting environment, to say the least. Potentially, could be a tough and windy day, but I think that for the great alumni that we have from Chicago, so many of our hockey players and their families being from Chicago. And then just Notre Dame alumni in general. I mean, it's a great city, and it's almost our big sister city. And if we're going to play an outdoor game, obviously Chicago's the place to have it. And playing in Soldier Field. I mean, I'm a native Detroiter, and watching the Lions back in the days of Alex Karras and the Bears with Dick Butkus and some of the guys that they had. It'll be a kind of a fun experience for me too.
So the guys are pretty excited for it, or?
Yeah, I think we've done the outdoor practice over at Merrifield Park over the last several years, and it'll be a lot more serious because it'll be a league game, and we'll be playing for points, and obviously we're playing a great opponent, so. It should be a fun time for the guys, though. Just the overall experience. It's a matter of playing in front of a crowd like that. It's a matter of playing outside, where the roots of the game actually started, and that's why, I think the outdoor games. There seems to be an awful lot of them right now, but for us, it'll be our first, and I think that will give it a lot more meaning, and I think that. For a lot of our guys being from Chicago, it'll make it that much more exciting for them.
Are there any major technical differences, or maybe strategies that go into playing outside compared to playing?
Well, it'll be my first too, so I'm sure I'll find those things out as we go. But I anticipate ice conditions can always be a factor, just depending upon the weather. And as crazy as it sounds, I mean, it's. I watch, some of the NHL classics, and, guys are wearing the black under their eyes and, the glare from the sun because we will be playing an afternoon game, things like that that you're really not, used to. So, it's going to be a matter of, I'm sure they'll do a great job with the ice conditions, but you can't predict the weather, and that certainly could influence how the game is played.
Coach, is there any plan to possibly do a different uniform? Because I know a lot of teams have done different uniforms. And do you go fedora for that game?
I go whatever is the warmest. I don't know if a fedora is very warm. I might be wearing a hood that game. I've been doing a Bill Belichick impression. But my plan is to be warm. That'll be my first priority. But I think that that's going to be a part of the game that makes it unique and makes it special is just the weather conditions, and it will be cold, obviously, but making sure that players stay warm. I mean, like I said, this is a February game. I don't recall any outdoor games in February, especially in the Northwest or in the Midwest, in Chicago. Because there is potential for it to be bitter cold, but the way things have been going, it could also be raining. So. You never really know.
Coach, even though there's been a lot of these outdoor games recently, is this still the ultimate way to promote college hockey, to get people's attention?
I think the big venues, I mean, when they played the game up in Ann Arbor, I think that was incredible, just the crowd in that. Yeah, it certainly does. I think it's great to bring college hockey back to Chicago. I mean, that's why we held the Shillelagh tournament there 3 or 4 years, trying to, I mean, they used to have Illinois Chicago there as a college hockey program, and I think that it's a great hockey city, and obviously with the Blackhawks doing as well as they've done over the last several years, it's even become that more passionate. They've rejuvenated that excitement about the sport in Chicago. So, and the relationship between Notre Dame and Chicago is a strong one. But the thing is, for me, I think that it'll be fun. Just because of the fact that, we are playing college hockey in the big venue, and I think that I'm sure it'll be televised and draw a lot of attention.
Is I'm just going to be curious, are we going to have a chance to practice in between the Friday game in Oxford and?
Yeah, we'll probably, I would think, head halfway back after the game Friday night and then into Chicago on Saturday morning and probably practice there sometime in the late morning, early afternoon. I'm not sure of the practice schedule at this point, but I'm sure we will get a chance to skate on the ice. The game will be too early to have a pregame skate, so I'm sure we'll skate on Saturday.
And finally, has there been a theme this summer when you're talking to the guys, the veterans, the new guys, getting ready for the upcoming season? Is there something you've been trying to jam home to the guys?
Well, there's not a lot we can do in the summer months. You know, they've been training and they skate on their own, but you know, we tried to get a point across during the spring, and I think that they followed through on that. You know, get our leadership group in place and let them manage things themselves. And like I said, we're very limited by NCAA rules and what we can do in the summer months. I see them on the ice during camp and things like that, but you know, the summer is a good time for them because it's not as high pressured and they only have a couple courses, so they actually get a chance to spend a lot of time together and, you know, golf together, go to a ball game. They you know, they do a lot of different things together. So it's a good time, especially to, you know, get the freshmen broken in and you know, have them have a head start when we hit September.
Get a chance to play, I assume, your first outdoor game?
Yes, it's going to be awesome. Last year there was kind of some hints of doing one up in Minnesota, but now that one's official, and it's going to be a real fun time. It's a real special experience for all of us, and you know, to have it in Chicago where there's so many Notre Dame, you know, support, and it's going to be a lot of fun. Real excited about it.
I would assume, spending a lot of time the last few years watching the Winter Classic, something like this probably has been very appealing to you and the rest of the guys?
Absolutely. I mean, you gotta. It would be nice in February to change it up a little bit and, you know, battle with the elements and play outside. That'll be really exciting. And you know, watching the NHL games is obviously a blast, and see how many people can really, you know, filter in for a hockey game is pretty exciting.
So would you like to have a few snowflakes just to kind of set the mood?
I think that'd be awesome. I think, you know, just you know, playing not only against the other team but against the weather will be fun, and you know, it'll be we're really excited for it.
Is there any major differences playing, or is there a different strategy maybe playing inside compared to playing outside?
I would assume so. I think I think the ice is always the biggest factor because it's so easy to make you know, consistent ice here in a building, whereas outdoor, you know, up until that day of the game, weather can be fluctuating and stuff like that. So I'm sure that'll be the biggest difference. And you know, even if it's sunny, or I don't even know when the time game is, but if it's sunny, or if, you know, the lights and stuff like that, or even if there is some snow.
How's the summer been going?
Summer's been going good. Working camp here, helping out the little kids and taking classes and working out. The team's doing well, and you know, we're really excited to get, you know, back into this building and, you know, start fresh and have a great season.
So as alternate captain last year, have you had a theme for the guys this summer to kind of get ready for another go-around?
Yeah, I think, you know, we just, you know, we had a great spring workouts, you know, really getting down to our core and, you know, trying to find out what we really want to do as a team, and, you know, taking everything a day at a time, not looking too far into the future. But, you know, we've been really had our heads on straight this summer and really, you know, battling in the weight room and battling on the ice. So, you know, really working hard to have a successful year.
Just to go back to the outdoor game for a second, I know, having been from Minnesota, and there's always the build-up to the state tournament, what's the biggest crowd you've ever played in front of?
It would be at the state tournament. Back in high school, every year we played in front of upwards of like 19,000 people, and, you know, people filing in and packed stadium at the XL. So it was that's awesome. I can't imagine, you know, playing in front of an entire Soldier Field crowd. That's gonna be awesome.
Do you guys think you'll have like special uniforms, or would you like to see that? Or?
I would love to see that because that's always fun for us players to, you know, throw something different on. But you know, our classic jerseys are awesome, and you know, if maybe I don't know what we'll do, but usually that someone goes old school, and that'd be fun to do too. Kind of bring it back a little bit and have some fun.
I was trying to convince Coach to put on a fedora. I mean, he's got to have one on, doesn't he?
I think he should have one on. If he's not, I understand it, but I think that will give him a little bit of a, you know, chance to have some fun with the game as well, just like we get to. And yeah, we should get him fitted.
Will you actually get to have fun because it's a conference game? It's gonna
Yeah, I'm sure. It's not in November either. It's in February, where that race could be even closer. And Miami's obviously a big rival, and we don't get along too well. So that's gonna be a lot of fun. I know they're excited. I'm sure. So yeah, that'll be nice.
As a kid, did you ever play outdoors at all, just having fun?
Oh, absolutely. Minnesota, there's 11 or so outdoor rinks just in my city. So everyone plays pond hockey, goes to the rinks. We spend our entire Saturday or Sunday there, order pizza with the guys late at night. So yeah.
So the game slows down a little bit, usually in an outdoor setting?
Yeah, I think so. That's what I kind of noticed just from being a fan and watching the Winter Classics. The game's a little bit different. You gotta really focus on your passing that much more and stuff like that. So
play for the wind in the third quarter.
I think that should be important. If we want to defer for the first and third period, but we'll see.
You have any questions? Okay.